Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to discuss if Deion Sanders can win a national championship at Colorado. Let's start at the beginning. Deion Sanders was hired by Colorado in 2022. At the time, it seemed like a hire that would be a difference maker in Colorado football history, and I still think it can be. But to start off the 2023 season, where Colorado went 4-8 and 1-8 in conference play, Colorado started the season hot, beating a ranked TCU team who came off a national championship appearance, which they got blown out by Georgia, which we all noticed. This win felt like a culture change in Colorado was coming, and it made fans believe and people around the college football world interested. And then they beat Nebraska, who weren't that good that season. Nebraska finished that season 5-7. But Colorado right now are 2-0 and ranked 18 in the country at this point in the season, heading into a rivalry game against Colorado State, which was boosted up that whole week going into the game. You know, the coach for Colorado State talked about Deion and how he was raised and all that. So going into this game, this was an anticipated game everybody was waiting to watch. And Colorado State versus Colorado, in my personal opinion, was one of the best football games I think I've ever seen. And to me, it's probably one of the best college football games probably in the last 5 years. But Colorado won that game 43-35 in overtime after this win. I was completely bought into what Deion Sanders was building at Colorado. I thought he had a chance to make a playoff push. Not even a playoff push, a bowl game, because that's when they had the 4 teams can only get in. But at this point, I at least thought, okay, this is going to be a bowl game team that is going to make some type of noise and this to take some momentum into next season. But everything went downhill after that game. Colorado would go 1-8 in their last 9 games, which led Colorado to a 4-8 season. Now, past the first season, Deion's second year, the expectation was to make a bowl game now. Colorado did amazing, going 9-4, and almost making a conference championship game, which ruined their chances with losing to Kansas and BYU, Iowa State, and Arizona State have just better records over them at that point. But this season wasn't a failure for Deion. He went 9-4 and had a Heisman winner in Travis Hunter on his team. Now, Deion's last season was a failure. This season felt like they couldn't find a rhythm with quarterbacks, shuffling through quarterbacks throughout the entire season, really. And the defense was awful. They finished this season 3-9. So we just recapped everything of Deion's 3-year tenure of his head coach career right now at Colorado. He's only had 1 winning season at Colorado so far and 2 losing seasons. 1 bowl game appearance. And that leaves now the question, can Deion Sanders win a national championship at Colorado? And in my personal opinion, yes, he can win a national championship at Colorado. He's always going to get the talent. I don't think he's had the full coaching staff to fully develop these players he's getting. I also think the players he's got out of this year's portal, they're going to be really good for him. He got Jason Stokes Jr. from Utah, Richard Young from Alabama, DeAndre Moore Jr. from Texas. He also got the linebacker Leona Lafu from Texas. And I didn't even mention Danny Scrundum? I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Underrated receiver from who was at San Jose State. He transferred to Colorado. You also got Cam Perry, who is another underrated wide receiver from Miami, Ohio, who transferred to Colorado. This, I think, is one of his most talented teams I think he's had since he's gotten to Colorado. And I think this could be at least a season. Granted, the Big 12 has gotten a lot better just from all around. You got BYU, Arizona State, Texas Tech, Baylor. Like, there's a lot of teams in that conference they're going to have to get past. But I think this could be a season where Deion's team can make noise and kind of surprise the conference. If he can make a conference championship game, or at this point, just kind of make another bowl game. If he can show them he can get a winning season out of this group that he's going to go into this season, what I think he's going to be able to prove to everyone, I can do this. I just got to bring in the right coaching staff and the right players. I don't think he's fully had the right players. Something always felt like this doesn't feel like a team he fully wants yet. Like, it's not fully his ideal team that he wants yet. First year, the O-line, I think the O-line was really bad. The defense was on and off. Second year, O-line got better. I think the defense was way worse, and the offense was kind of just inconsistent. But they did way better. Then last season, shuffling through quarterbacks, not being able to find a rhythm. So, at all the 3 years of Colorado, Deion hasn't had his team per se. Has he had the talent? Yes, but he has not had his team, though, I think, where he would want it. And going into next season, I have really high hopes that they end with my expectation for them is to at least make a bowl game. They make the playoffs. Boom. They did. They went past my expectations. Right now, I think Deion's mentality should be, hey, we need to show that this program is going in a good direction. Because I'm going to give him 3 more seasons. He gets, I think, 3 more seasons at Colorado. If he doesn't show some signs that he's getting better, he's getting the recruits, and like I said, he's getting the kids out of the transfer portal. I just don't think, because I always had an argument that Deion's not a good head coach. I think he's a good head coach. He's just one of those coaches who needs that coaching staff around him. He needs that good offensive coordinator. He needs that good defensive coordinator. He needs those type of coaching staff around him. Deion doesn't come off as an X and O's guy. He's a great motivator and a great leader for that team and that program. I just don't think he has the X and O's minds in that program with him. He hires a lot of coaches who are like him in the whole motivation and all that. I think that's where he's getting caught up at right now. And granted, they hired a new defensive coordinator. I think a new defensive coordinator. I know they hired a new offensive coordinator. We just got to see the improvement, how they're gonna play. Like I said, next season they have a great team, a great offense. I think their offense should be really good. Defense should be pretty solid. If they can find some consistency in their next 2 seasons they have to have a winning record in both those seasons. They have to make a bowl game appearance in their next 2 seasons to even want to consider Deion a staple of wanting to keep him here. Because Colorado is still living off of the hype of him just being there, and it's not really holding no weight no more. Because the team I think he could have won with, he didn't win with, and that's mostly it. If you guys have any more, reasons to why they could be stalling or why they're this bad, I'd like to have the discussion with you guys in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna do more like this, just talking about different coaches and where they go. I don't know who I'm gonna do next. I could do Billy Napier, because he actually is not a bad head coach. No matter, I joke about him a lot and say how he's terrible. I just don't think he was meant for Florida. I can do him. I can do Mike Norvell. I might do Mike Norvell next. That's probably what we're gonna do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all in the next one, and have a very, very blessed day.